Hi, Nicole. Good evening.
Hi, Miss. Good evening.
How is everything?
I'm tired, but everything is okay.
That's good to know. Okay, so we're gonna start with today's classes. Yesterday I had a problem with my microphone, but now it's working. So, could you please help me to remember on? Oh no! Before to continue, the homework was until yesterday. Do you have any problem with it?
Miss, I forgot about the homework.
I'm gonna sign you again, but you have to do it as soon as possible, right? Because then
Okay.
you're gonna have a lot of homework and it's gonna be a little bit heavy for you. Okay.
Okay, Miss. Yeah, that's because I have been training 5 times per day because I'm going to have an exam of karate. I'm going to be black belt on Sunday.
Oh, okay, I get it. But try to I don't know, something that maybe we can do is I'm gonna send you the homework, but only the homework and the quiz, right? Because I have to send you the next module. As you know, we have module A, B, and C, right? So if I'm not
Okay.
gonna do it, then it's gonna be more for you, right? So we have to avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the point. So yes, I'm gonna do it at the end of the class, almost at the end of the class. And if you have any question with it, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right. So could you please help me to remember until what part we stopped?
Mm, should have. About the should have.
Okay. Yes. Where is it? Oh, should not. Okay. All right. Yes. Mm, I want to check something. Okay. All right. So, okay. So yes, I get it. Okay. Now, we already finished the model C, right? C1, C2, and today we're gonna start with C3, right? In each C, in each letter, we're gonna find 3 lessons. Okay. So today we're gonna look for the first one of C3. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and once you can see it, please let me know. Okay.
Okay. I can see.
All right. Thank you. So today's lesson is about future continuous. Um, as you can see in the examples, we'll be looking. These examples, right, have something in common. I mean, the structure, right? This is not a new time tense. It's a combination between the future plus the continuous form. So let's listen to the audio.
When this course is over, I'll be taking a short vacation. Will be taking is the future continuous, and today we'll be looking at this form. Let's begin.
Okay, so you don't have to forget when do we have to use the future time tense, right? And the continuous form, we could have in different time tenses, right? But it's with ing at the end of the principal or the main verb, right? Taking, drinking, sleeping, right? So we're gonna listen for number one.
We use the future continuous to talk about something that will be in progress at a specific time in the future.
We'll be practicing this afternoon.
When we use the future continuous, we aren't interested in when the activity will start or end. It may start before or after the specific time mentioned.
Okay. So first of all, when we're gonna find the continuous form in any lesson, the first thing that we're gonna focus is gonna be on the continuation of an action. Okay, what does it mean? As you know, as we learned, we've seen present continuous, past continuous. What do I mean with this? All the continuous forms, right? The focus, right? Or when we're going to focus our attention is going to be to the continuous form. I mean, to the action that is in progress. Okay, what is the difference? And you're going to notice it, right? It's not difficult. I know sometimes because we have so many time tenses, we sometimes get confused. But if you're going to find lessons like future continuous, present continuous, past continuous, automatically when you're gonna listen this continuous, or you're gonna read it, I don't know, it depends. It means that the first part, right, could be in the future, in past, and present. But where we're gonna focus is going to be in the continuous form. I mean, in the progress, the progress of the continuation of an action. Okay, so I'm going to explain this part in Spanish, right? In order to clarify. Okay. Cuando tenemos varios tiempos verbales que contienen el continuo, ¿ok? Future continuous, present continuous, past continuous, ¿ok? Todos estos tiempos son, cuando vayamos a ver que tienen la forma continua, nos enfocamos en el progreso de la acción. ¿Ok? Entonces, si tengo future continuous, I'm going to focus on the continuous form. I have past continuous, the continuous form, the ing. Future continuous, again, present continuous, and the continuous form, right? Now, what is going to be the difference? The continuous is going to stay like that. La forma continua se va a mantener tal cual. En lo que me voy a poder identificar o lo que voy a poder diferenciar entre el pasado, presente y futuro va a ser esta primera parte. Es decir, si es en pasado, ya sé que era una acción en progreso en el pasado. Si es el presente continuo, una acción que empezó hace un momento y ahorita sigue funcionando, pero en la forma continua, en el progreso. Y si va a ser futuro, alguna acción que va a empezar en el futuro, pero me voy a enfocar en el progreso. So, when you're gonna find this present continuous, past continuous, future continuous, we're gonna focus only on the continuation of an action, okay? We'll be practicing this afternoon. Now, this will be practicing is gonna take place in the future, but I'm gonna focus on the progress, right? This part, this is the only part where I'm gonna focus my attention, right? We're interested in when the activity will start or end, take care, right? It's not important for me. I could mention yes, but it's not important for me. So it's not important when when the action will start or when we'll finish, right? My attention is gonna go in this part, in the progress of an action. And what in this case is in the future. When this afternoon, we'll be practicing this afternoon, right? I'll be reading my book at midnight, for example. Okay, so in some cases, yes, we're gonna mention when the action will start, right? You can do it or you can't. It's up to you. It's up to the context. It's not wrong. Take care. It's not wrong, right? When we say we aren't interested in when the activity will start or end, it doesn't mean that it's wrong. It means that we're not interested at all, right? If we were going to mention, okay, it's great. Or if not, it's also okay. So, okay, do you have any question until this point?
No, miss, everything is okay.
Great. Let's continue with point number 2.
Remember, we usually don't use continuous forms with non-action verbs.
All right, this is a short point, right? As you know, we have non-action verbs, right? When I say non-action, it means that it doesn't imply an action, okay? When I say, for example, have, I'm gonna have dinner with my parents. It implies actions because I have to take the forks. I have to take my bottle of water. I don't know, right? It implies action. It implies, in other words, movement. Take care. When the action doesn't imply a movement, we are not gonna use in the continuous form. For example, having a headache. I have a headache right now. Does it imply an action? No, it's only an ache, right? It's only the pain that I feel. It's a feeling. So I can't use the verb in the continuous form, right? Dean will be having a headache tomorrow. It's not like, okay, for tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm gonna plan to have a headache, right? And it is gonna finish at 3 p.m. Okay, no, it's incorrect. So when do we have to use the non-action verbs? When it implies movements, okay? But most of the non-action verbs they don't imply movements, and so we're gonna avoid to use it. To use them with the continuous form, okay? Any question, maybe?
So the correct means so for the sentences that is wrong, what would be the correct sentences or the way that we have to say it correctly?
Well, in one hand, well, the correct one, if we're gonna find a non-action verb, but I'm gonna say that it's going to be in progress. It doesn't matter if it's gonna be in progress. I have to use it in the present, in the simple present form. Okay, what does it mean? I'm going to, no, I will be having a headache tomorrow. The correct one will be, I have a headache. Why? Because for the first point is that you are not going to plan to have a headache. Okay. The second is because the verb have it's not related with movements in this context. Okay. So for that reason, the correct one would be I have a headache. Okay. Or Dean has a headache. Has or have. Why? Because the verb have, when it's a non-action verb, I can't use with the continuous form. I'm having a headache, right? I'm having a headache. In that case, yes, could be because it's happening right now. But I'm talking about example, only in the example, the correct form would be or has a headache, because there's no way to plan a headache for tomorrow. You get it? So in some cases, when you are gonna find or you're gonna use a non-action verb, just use it in the time tense, in the front time tense, right? For example, if it's the future continuous form, you have to do it just in simple present most of the times, right? So unless it implies a movement. When it implies a movement, for example, I'm going to have dinner, or I will be having dinner. How about if I change the context? Instead of saying a headache, well, only this part. Instead of saying a headache, I'm gonna opt for a dinner, for example. Dean will be having a dinner tomorrow. In that case, yes, you can use it. Why? Because it implies movements, right? So many movements. So if you are gonna use the non-action verb with those situations where the verb it's not going to imply an action, I mean movement, you are going to use in the simple present tense or in the simple past where when you are going to identify if it's in the present or the past because of your context, right? If it was yesterday, I had a headache yesterday, I felt terrible, right? Or if it's right now, I have, or it's going to be tomorrow. Oh, no. If it's right now, I have a headache, right? So yes, you can only use it with the present continuous. I'm having a headache, right? Or I have a headache. Both options are okay. In this case, it would be Tien has a headache, right? The other reason is what I mentioned before, because you actually don't plan to have some pain in the future, right? So yes, that will be. Did I solve your question?
Yes, Miss. Thank you.
All right. So don't forget, it depends on the context, right? Everything is a context. So, okay. Now we're going to learn a little bit about the structure. It's not difficult. It's one of the simple context, I mean, the structures that we are going to find because it's a combination. So let's listen the audio.
We form the future continuous with will be plus the base form of the verb plus ing. We often use contractions with this form.
She'll be waiting for. Dean won't be playing in the next game.
Okay. All right. So this is something that we've seen. Okay. The structure for the future, we have two. Okay. Will or be going to. We know the difference between will and be going to. Both are gonna help us to express something in the future, right? I will pay the count. Don't worry, right? Or I am going to pay the count tomorrow night, right? So there is a notable difference between these different structures between will and be going to. First of all, we're going to focus on will. Will, the future continuous, or only the future simple, is going to help us to talk about the future. But when we're going to, when it's something that I didn't plan before, right? For example, how about if I invite you to hang out tonight? So I'm going to say, oh, don't worry, I'll pay the count. But that was something that I didn't plan, right? I suddenly, I don't know, I was happy, right? So I decided to pay the count. So will is going to be for those actions that we didn't plan, okay? I will call to your mother if you are not okay, right? That was something that I didn't plan, okay? Now, let's talk about the structure. We're gonna form the future continuous with will, okay? Will, okay. Of course, as I told you on Monday, we omit the subject because we already know that there's going to be the subject in first place, right? So it's the subject plus will, and then we're gonna use be. I'm not going to modify, right, the verb be. Then I'm gonna use my main verb or the principal verb, right? I'm gonna use the same wait plus ing, waiting, okay? Playing. So the negative one, I'm gonna add the negative next to the auxiliary verb will. Will not, Okay, I'm gonna write upper here. So we have will not, or we can use a contraction won't, okay? Both are acceptable, both are okay. The only thing that is not going to change is going to be the verb be. What do I mean with this? If it's in third person, if it's it's whatever verb that you're going to decide to use as a main verb, I'm not going to change it, right? This is a verb that I'm not going to modify. In this case, she'll be, I can modify, I can write the whole word, I can use a contraction as it is, she'll, right? I can use the negative will not, right? Will not, or I can use a contraction won't, right? So I can modify, right? It's up to you. Remember, we use contractions, she'll or won't. The only is, I don't know, the only verb who's going to stay like that, stative verb, right, is going to be the verb be. Then you have the option to choose whatever verb you want and use it or combine it, no, conjugate it with the ing, okay? That it means a continuous form. She'll be waiting for you. Let's take a view. She'll be waiting for you. What does it mean? This is going to happen in the future. And Tony wants to give an emphasis to the progress of an action, right? Waiting. It doesn't matter, as you can see, he doesn't mention when or since what hour until what time. No, because we're not interested in it. The only part that it's important or we're gonna focus on is going to be the progress of an action. In this case, waiting, playing. They won't be playing in the next game, okay? When we say that, we are focused on the progress of an action, but it's not going to happen. That's the reason why we have the negative form. In both examples, when we're using the continuous form, we focus on the progress of the continuation of an action, waiting, playing, okay? So that will be everything until point number 3. Is there any question?
No, Miss, everything is okay.
Great, thank you. Now we're gonna finish with point number 4. And this is what I mentioned before, the be going to, we have two ways to express the future. The first one is will, for things that we didn't plan, or yes, we didn't plan. And the second, be going to, it's something more planned. I'm going to be, or I will, I'm going to be playing, right? Be going to, it's as a plan you had before, right? And now you're gonna happen for it in the future, okay? So let's listen to the audio.
We can also form the future continuous with be going to plus be plus the base form of the verb plus ing. The meaning is the same. Nick will be playing in the next game. Or
Nick is going to be playing in the next game.
remember, in conversation and informal writing, we usually use contractions with be going to. He's going to be playing in the next game.
He isn't going to be sitting the game out.
Okay. Something that we have to know in this time tense, because it's a continuous form, it's not that irrelevant if we use be, going to, or will, okay? Because again, we focus on the progress of an action. So you're available to use be going to be, right? This part, there is, I saw many confusions in this part. Be, again, is, are, okay? So this is the verb to be. Then this verb is going to stay like that. I'm not going to modify, okay? So in other words, we have the subject, okay? We have the verb to be, and you can conjugate it with is, or, it depends on the subject for sure. Then going to be, I'm not going to touch this part, right? I'm not going to touch it. I'm not going to modify it, right? Then the verb and the main verb, I'm gonna write main verb, okay? The main verb plus ing. Okay, so you have the subject, the verb to be, is, are, and going to be, that I'm not going to touch it, plus the main verb, and the main verb needs to be with the form. Okay. Oh, sorry, Nicole,
Okay, Miss.
is there any question?
No, Miss.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see, can you please read these examples?
Okay, Miss. Nick will be playing in the next game, or Nick is going to be playing in the next game. He is going to be playing in the next game. He isn't going to be sitting the game out.
Okay, thank you. He isn't going to be sitting the game out. So yes, it's like he's not going to play, right? Sitting out is like that, not to play. So yes, as you can see, both meaning, right, are the same. So the negative, you already know how to use it. He is not, or he isn't. And we use contractions, okay? Only in informal conversations. So that will be everything about the lesson. Is there any question maybe?
No, Miss.
Okay, great. That's cool. Now, I'm going to share my screen with you. We're going to practice a little bit. And
Okay.
once you can see it, please let me know. Okay, can you see it?
Yes, Miss.
All right, can you please read the instruction?
Okay. Feature continuous one. Complete each sentence. Choose the correct answer. But
Okay, number one.
the theme will be start.
Oh, will be start?
Miss, I have one question.
Yes.
Team is singular or is plural?
The team you said? Or B?
Team.
Oh, team?
Team.
It's the name, right?
No, Miss. In the first sentence,
Oh.
suppose if we don't know, if we are, for example, if we don't use, there will be team. I don't know how to explain. In
Yes, I
a
got it.
simple sentence, I use team as a singular or as a plural noun.
That's a great question in singular, right? The
Okay.
team is going to be ready and tomorrow, right? When you're going to mention to the, for example, the team, Nicole, Belen, and Paula, right? And then, yes, you're going to mention as she is, right? But the answer is singular, right? The team is, right?
Okay, Miss.
We have a lesson for it. It's very curious how it works because we have some plural nouns, right? Is a case of people, right? So we have many cases like that, right? And it's a common mistake. So yes, we have to take care in those cases, right? You're
Right.
gonna notice, right? You're gonna notice. So
Okay.
okay. So you said start.
And no, the team will be starting practice in an hour.
Okay, great. Number two.
Dean won't be playing. Talia is going to be getting a promotion soon. Amy will be getting a raise. Talia and Amy are going to be celebrating tonight. At 6, I'll be watching the news.
Okay, great. So let's submit and let's see the answer. Okay, it was great. You got 6 out of 6, right? 100%. Congrats. Is there any question until this part?
No, miss.
Great. So let's continue with the next practice. And I'm gonna share my screen with you. Okay. So, okay. Once you can see it, please let me know.
I can see this.
All right. Could you please read the instructions?
Yes. Complete the paragraph. Type the future continuous form of the verb in parentheses into the blanks.
So,
Okay. At last, we've proven Nick's innocence. Newsline will will be reporting the story on tonight's news. And Nick will give me an exclusive interview tomorrow. Tony is very pleased. I hope this means that
oh, sorry. Could you repeat? Could you repeat?
okay, and Nick will be giving me an exclusive interview tomorrow. Tony is very pleased. I hope this means that I'll get a promotion in a few weeks.
I will get,
Yes.
but type the future continuous.
We'll be getting a
Yes,
promotion.
we'll be getting.
A promotion in a few weeks. I really want to become a reporter. Nix is very relieved, of course, so is his team. The Soccer Federation will have to reinstate him now. And this means he will be playing in the qualifying match after all. Dean, on the other hand, will not be playing soccer again at any time in the future.
Okay, did you say this part?
The
Dean on the
other
other
hand is not going to play soccer again.
It's
Again.
not going to play?
Yes. To play soccer again at any time in the future. I can't believe this is over. I hope this doesn't mean that Nikki and I will be spending. I can see the other. Will be spending less time together.
Okay, do you want to modify something?
No, miss.
Okay, so let's submit, and you had only one mistake, right? And this part, where is the continuous form? You forgot, right?
Okay.
The correct one could be Dean
Will
on
be
time
not playing.
is not going to be. Don't
Playing.
forget, be playing, right?
Okay.
Don't forget
Okay.
that we have two verbs be, we're gonna call like that. The first one is this one, okay? The verb to be that I can modify by is are, okay?
Okay.
In this case, we're using this because of thing, and then you forgot the other verb. And as I told you, this is the part where we're not going to touch, ¿ok? Esta parte no se modifica, entonces es en realidad lo que es la estructura. Entonces llegaríamos a la conclusión de que tenemos dos verbos to be, ¿ok? He is not going to be playing and the ing form, ¿ok? Don't forget, we have to write the future continuous. Cuando encuentres algún continuo, automáticamente sabemos que es ing, ¿ok? Ya depende de lo que vayamos a tener en el nombre, ya futuro, pasado, presente, ya eso ya podemos modificar, pero cuando es continuo, automáticamente sé que es ing, ¿ok? Y aparte de que
miss.
cuando encuentro alguna lección con algún continuo, sé que me voy a enfocar en el progreso de la acción que se va a llevar a cabo, que ya se llevó a cabo, que se está llevando a cabo, ¿ok? Este llevando, ando, endo del verbo, estoy comiendo, estaré comiendo, voy a estar comiendo, ando, en castellano, ando, endo, tenemos uno más, pero no me acuerdo ahora mismo, es el ing, ¿ok? En inglés. Ahora no tenemos uno en realidad, ¿ok? Así que igual cuando hablamos en castellano, claro que no es continuo. En castellano es pluscuamperfecto. Cuando tenemos este tiempo nos enfocamos, voy a estar comiendo, ¿ok? Me enfoco en el tiempo que me va a llevar esta acción. ¿Ok? Do you get it?
Yes, miss. I get it.
Great. That's great. So now, okay, so that's all about the lesson. Give me a second, please. I'm going to assign you the homework again. Okay, so I'm assigning you the present and real conditional, the past perfect continuous, and should have. Okay. Oh, but yes, it's okay. And I'm assigning you the quiz, right? The grammar, what I assigned you the other day. En realidad, lo que te había asignado el otro día era del C1, ¿ok? Te voy a compartir en pantalla para que esté un poquito más claro. Ok, como ya hemos acabado, can you see my screen?
Yes, miss.
Ok, thank you. Esto es lo que te había asignado hasta el día de ayer, ¿ok? Pero como no lo hiciste, como te olvidaste, te lo voy a volver a asignar y adicionalmente te voy a asignar lo que se ha visto hasta el día lunes, ¿ok? Que va a ser el present and real conditional, the should have. Acá sí te voy a asignar el writing, the pronunciation, and the reading is the most important. Plus the quiz, ¿ok? Esto lo vamos a omitir y todo esto Serían 39 actividades. Va a ser para el día, we're on Thursday until Monday. Okay, is it okay for you?
Okay,
Give me a
Miss.
second. Friday, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, it's okay until Tuesday. Okay. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. In order to complete, you're going to have an hour almost to do everything. Take care of your capitalization and pronunciation, and you're gonna have the model answer at the end of the exercise in case you fail, right? Yes, that will be. Do you have any question, maybe?
Yes, Miss. I remember that we have how can I say this? In some exercise that you assigned me the last time, I found about to determine complex and simple sentences. So in exercise that I had to hear that hear this choose if it's complex or simple. So
Oh, really?
yeah, and I know even in the CBA I didn't know how to resolve that. So I really got confused and I got bad grades. I remember in that exercise because I didn't understand why it's a compound and why it's a simple sentences.
Oh, and do you remember the lesson? We have a lesson, but it's not called like let me check. Okay, let me check. We have a lesson like that, but it has the name. Reported statements, no. Passive causative. No, where is it? No, this is not.
Yeah, I
Yes, I
had
know
too
what
much
it's called.
trouble.
Yes.
I searched on internet, but I didn't have the correct answer or answers that clear my mind to resolve it.
What happened? I'm not sure what happened. The next time you're gonna find, yes, that's a lesson, but it's not part of, we are not there yet, right? We're gonna see it, but it's almost at the end, right? But I'm trying to, no, where is it? No, that's the first time we have that lesson, Nicole, but it's in A13, right? It's not part of person, so I'm not sure, right? Could you please look for it again and take a pic of it and then send me? Because I want to see which lesson was it, because I'm trying to look for it now, but I really
I
don't.
guess that I took a screenshot of that lesson, but I'm not sure about it. But I will search.
Yes, please, because I need to see which lesson was it. We have a compound, a complete, and simple sentences, but it's not part of the lesson. I'm gonna try to look for it now. Where you're gonna find some cases like that, please talk to me that moment, okay? So
Okay.
I can't find it. I'm looking lesson by lesson. Reported imperatives? No. No. Self-identical process. Was it not a relative clauses?
Excuse me, Miss?
Was it related with relative clauses? You are the one who got me into these relative clauses, adjective clauses?
Not really. The instruction was select if the sentence is compound or simple.
Okay, try to look it for it now.
Okay,
We're
I
gonna solve
will
that.
enter, but I will search in my gallery, but in the platform, I don't know how to search if I have done that exercise.
I don't think it's in grammar, right? Because in grammar, all the exercises about grammar, we do it in class, right? Do you remember if it was in the reading part, in the writing, or it
No,
was a
it
quiz?
was no, it was not writing, it was about to choose. So I think it's probably in grammar.
Yes, because in grammar,
Because I don't look if about what is about that is the
yeah,
exercise.
please
Miss. I don't
try
take
to
care
look
about
for
that.
it,
Okay.
because we don't have any lesson like that. We have, but it's not in person, unless it is about reading about, no, neither. Yes, reading could be, right? Sometimes they give you a passage to read and then you have to choose the correct answer, but in grammar, I don't think so, because we haven't seen, right? And the lesson that I think maybe could be the near lesson that maybe could be related to is the relative clauses, but no, no, it's not like that. Okay, so please try to look for it, send me a pic, and I'm gonna look for that lesson, okay?
Okay, Miss.
All right, so because we finished, we're gonna stop until this part. I want to know, I'd like to know if there is any question maybe about the homework, the lesson, or something related to.
About no, about that no, Miss. I
Okay,
have
maybe
2 days
another question.
to do the homework, right? No. Yes.
Six.
No, until Monday.
Yes, until Monday at midnight, okay? Try to do it before, right? So
Okay.
that way I'm gonna be available to write your grades, right?
Okay.
Okay, is there any other question maybe?
No, Miss.
Okay, so at what time are you available tomorrow?
Um, I really prefer to have classes at this time. It's more, I don't have any problem to have classes at this time because at 3
At
p.m. for
night?
this week is going to be a little bit complicated, but because I finished to train at 9:20 p.m. I train
Oh,
almost all the day, so the perfect time to have classes for me is at that time, at least for just this week.
oh, okay, okay. So I'm gonna see you tomorrow at 9:30 p.m.
9:40 could be, or 9:35. It's okay.
Yes, okay, just let me know, right?
Okay.
So yes, right? But just let me know at what time, at what exactly time, okay?
Okay, Miss.
All right, so thank you for your attention. I launched the poll. Could you please fill it? And that will be everything for today. Have a great night, and I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Okay, Miss. I have finished the pool.
Okay, thank you, Nico. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
Miss. Bye.